Hi, it's Don, and I really appreciate you turning out today for my webinar on how to sell promo in a high tariff economy. So this is a real interesting time right now, and I think there's real opportunity if you handle things correctly, and I'm going to try and tell you how I would do it and what might work for you. But first, before we get going here, all these suppliers on this screen and service providers are just absolutely wonderful. The ASI show is coming up in July. I will be there. I would love to see everyone who goes. Cloth Promotions is a great supplier. Alexa Springs has fresh spring water, not purified water that tastes bad. Promo Social Post is my friend Greg Blumstein. Logo Mats is the best mat company in the industry, I think. And the rest of these suppliers on the screen, Bensel, Showdown, Apogee, Trainer, I've known all of them for years. I buy from them, and they are all stand-up suppliers. Now let's talk about building a chaos-proof selling strategy. Many distributors did not learn from COVID. When COVID came along, I don't know what percentage of people went out of business, but people that are still doing this today and having problems with tariffs obviously did not learn how to build a chaos-proof selling strategy. And one of the main things you've got to do is only show clients products with set prices or American made. Stay off these search sites looking for these cheap products from these suppliers you don't know anything about. They're the ones that are going to do you damage when it comes to having your orders shipped by raising the price, having delivery time problems, etc. The suppliers on the screen right now, Apogee is American made, Gill's American made, Burlingame is American made, Value Sales Sign, that's Showdown, American made. Bensel has American made pens and pencils. Showdown, Sunjoy is not American made, but Sunjoy only will give you a price and never deviate from it. And they have products in stock. Alexa Springs is as American made as you can get, as it's spring water that comes out of the ground in Mount Ida, Arkansas. And Pen Machine, most of their stuff, they have American made stuff, but some of their stuff comes in, and they will quote accurate prices. They will not raise prices on you. So it doesn't matter if you're buying American products or you're using suppliers that have overseas products. Make sure they have items in stock. Now, you can solve inventory problems by selling guaranteed shipment products. There are three suppliers that I know: Snugs, Innovation Line, and Sunjoy. Here's Snugs. They have about 300 or 400 products on a one-day ship service. If you sell that order, you know it's going to go out because they're saying they have the live inventory on their site. Innovation Line has turbo fast service. I believe that's 24 hours. They have about 200 products on that are always in stock. And Sunjoy has a great price on Apple AirTags right now, but they will not raise their price. Harrison Few owns Sunjoy. He is a stand-up guy. I talked to him the other day, and he told me exactly how they're handling tariffs. They are going to treat distributors correctly. Now, if you ask everyone you do business with, you'll increase business. This is a great way in this type of economy to find customers. Wherever you go out, if you go to a pizza restaurant, if you go to your dog groomer, if you go to your vet, ask them to buy something from you. I've been doing this forever. I ask everybody that I spend money with to buy something from me. Now, when you go to bars and restaurants, Logo Mats has great products for bars and restaurants. They will send you a full sample kit if you would like to have that. And when you patronize those establishments, chat up the lead bartender. A lot of times the manager, the owner's in attendance. Sell them front door mats, bar channel mats. They need these to keep these bar areas clean. And restroom mats. Restrooms need mats, and they also need directional mats that can lay on the floor showing you how to get to the restroom. You can get a full Logo Mat sample kit from M. Wadsworth at logomatsllc.com. And there's a terrific little 5% off an order coupon for Logo Mats on that screen right now. Now let's talk about generational speak. A lot of distributors make the mistake of not being able to communicate with people that are not of their generation. So take a little listen to this.
You must perfect generational speak. That means you've got to be able to communicate with all four buying groups, which are shown on the screen right now. Baby boomers like to communicate differently than Gen X. Gen X likes to communicate differently than millennials. Every group has a preference, whether they want to text, email, talk on the phone. Some don't even want to communicate at all. If you're going to be aggressive and sell 500 orders a year, you've got to be able to perfect generational speak and how you communicate with potential customers.
And 500 orders a year should be our goal if we want to be successful. And there's a ad right now on the screen on the right for Alexa Springs. I talk about them in every one of my webinars. They have pure spring water that comes out of the ground. It's not purified water that is just bleached out to where it won't kill you, but it just doesn't have any taste. And also Alexa Springs ships from 7 locations in the country, so you don't have to worry about getting your water delivered promptly. Now, this came up yesterday, and I added it to the webinar about these tariff solutions that are coming out from suppliers, like this right here, vendor tariff solutions after May 2nd. In response to the new tariff policy, vendor has implemented measures to help customers control costs. I don't even know what this means, but when people start sending you stuff like this, suppliers, get away from them. This is my friend Kevin Walsh, who's the president of Showdown Displays on the screen right now. If he says, if you're discovered in an audit for orders that you have processed that have different tariff charges, you can be at risk for the true tariff cost as well as fines and penalties. Stay away from this kind of mess. There's no easy way around this. Just do not participate with suppliers that send you stuff like this. I don't know how to explain it because I don't know how it means. If I got that from some supplier, I would cancel that order immediate. And by the way, Showdown is an American-made supplier that is absolutely wonderful. Now, you need to use AI correctly, showing restraint. The day of signing up for this AI and just letting it write your ad copy, your email copy, that's really dumb to do that. Too many distributors are doing that. Everybody looks the same. AI is wordy, convoluted stuff sometimes, but people don't even know what different types of AI is. Conversational AI collects information, accelerates responses, and increases research capabilities. Generative AI takes data from previous copies and generates new copy based on past patterns of communication. Do not let AI control how you communicate with others. Whenever you use it, go in there and audit it. It's not smarter than you are. If you think it is, you're doing the wrong thing in business. $50 off a first order coupon from Apogee on the screen on the left. John Gauchi's my friend, runs that company, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and all American made. And I've got a great coupon for Showdown active marketers. They are in Georgia. My friend Greta Adams owns that company. They have chairs, they have very cool coolers, umbrellas. That's a supplier that will not raise prices or send you that stinky message about paying those tariffs. Now, you need to focus on selling American-made products. This is obvious. Back when COVID came up, I was telling distributors to do this. They didn't do it. They stopped. They kept selling cheap junk from overseas. Focus on selling American-made products. That way, when these things happen, you'll have a way to access information. Quickie in the center is all American made. Logo Mats is American made. Apogee under it is American made. Gill is all American made. There's a value sales ad for Showdown, American made. Alexa Springs, American made. Trainer the same, and Burlingame. And right now is the time to be selling motorcycle kickstand pads for motorcycle rallies. And I'm going to give you the email address for them at the end of the show. And so you can contact them and they'll be happy to send you great free American-made samples. Now, you need to create American-made stores. And ESP Plus, I think, has the best solution for this. This is a little minute video that'll tell you about how to create ESP stores. It's very interesting stuff. And so you can also have American-made stores. You could have tariff-free stores, made in USA stores. There's just a variety of the way to handle this.
Our communities thrive because of the connections we share at work, at play, and in service to the places we call home. Teams, schools, and businesses need ways to help people show their pride in those connections. That's where a custom store comes in. Maybe it's for the next Little League season, a big upcoming fundraiser, or a company store filled with branded swag for employee recognition and wellness programs. Whatever the reason, your clients can bring their community together with a store built just for them. Introducing ASI's ESP Plus stores, the fun, easy way to build and launch branded stores, curate products, simplify order fulfillment, and the easiest way to expand your reach and increase revenue. ESP Plus stores, helping your clients connect their communities. One jersey, notebook, travel mug, or hat at a time. Reach out to ASI and learn more about ESP Plus stores today.
I can't say enough good things about ASI. I've been an ASI member for almost 35 years, and they've always treated me correctly. I know there's other service providers, but I've really had good luck with them. If you'd like to have an ASP demo, A. Smith at asicentral.com. Her email will be up at the end of the show also. And I can't say enough. They've been right with me, and I think that they will treat you correctly on stores. Now let's talk about USA-made suppliers again. Quickie is a great American-made supplier in Akron, Ohio. They have no tariff problems because everything they sell is made in Akron, Ohio. Quickie has the original Quick Coin, the little coin purse that you use. That started in 1948. That's a great little item to carry little things in your pocket. They do soft vinyl coasters, they do key tags, they do magnets. This is a great American-made supplier. You're not going to get any guff from them on tariffs. info@quickie.com if you'd like to have sample kits from Quickie. They are a very nice American-made supplier. Now, a lot of pins, or I don't know very many pins that are made in the USA, but Bensel has USA-made pin samples. I think that's a cute little video. And see Madlock at Bensel.com. That's my friend Carla Madlock. They are a great company, and those shape pins they have are made in America, and same way with their pencils. And there's a little $25 off an order coupon on the screen for all the Bensel products. That's a really top flight, excellent supplier. Now here's some tariff-free USA-made products from Ad Capital. I've worked with Lance Dunn that owns Ad Capital for a long time. These shoe covers up here at the top left, that's an American-made product that is perfect for realtors to give to people that they drive around on open houses. Under that are little custom flags. Everybody buys those little flags for events like for July 4th, Memorial Day, etc. If you're looking for church-related items, that prayer cloth is just excellent. In the middle is American-made aprons. A lot of people can't find American-made aprons. Up there at the top are uniform vests. Then we've got hot pads, an old product. But I'm going to talk in a little bit about taking old products and making them new again. And on the bottom, those are American-made, full heavyweight gusset tote bags from Ad Capital. Sales team at adcapital.com for samples. They're in Monroe, North Carolina, and they will not shut you up on the tariff traps. Now start doing something new starting today. Many distributors get in a rut and they just do the same thing over and over and over again. And right now, so many distributors are on these chat sites just ragging away on suppliers. I don't know what to do with tariffs, et cetera, et cetera. Well, it's just real easy. Stop doing things the same way. Stop complaining. Start attending school booster club luncheons. I meet a lot of prospects there. I've sold so much stuff to people that I've met at doing volunteer work. I work on a neighborhood beautification group. Every month, people get together and clean up the creeks around here and the islands in the neighborhood where the circles are, where you drive around and they have plants in them. Host happy hour mixers for neighbors. Where I live down here, they have 2 of these a month on Friday night, and we get to go in people's houses. You provide the food, people bring their own liquor. I have met 5 or 6 customers at those and work on any political campaign. My goodness, this politics goes on forever. But if you work on a political campaign, you will meet like-minded people that voted like you do. And I have stolen a lot of business from distributors who didn't vote the way my prospect did. I just kind of point that out. But those are 5 great ideas right there for you to start doing something new. And there's Alexa Springs and there's 7 shipping locations again. And let's talk about bottled water sales. People don't understand why bottled water is so hard to get. They don't understand why the demand for it is so intense. And the reason it is because things like what happened in Detroit 2 years ago just keep happening. These old clay pipes break, leaches into the soil. They have to shut the water systems down. Detroit had to do boil water. They did that here in Dallas, out in Mesquite, I believe, or Rockwall, where you had to boil water for a day and a half. That scares people, and so they go to stores and they buy this purified water, which is not really good. It's not natural springs water, but it's better than drinking boiled water. That's what makes bottled water so hard to get. Now, be a quality seller. Stop selling junk. Don't sell stuff that breaks. There's bad tasting water, which I told you about, exploding power banks. There are broken mugs. Handles fall off cheap mugs. Whenever you find somebody and they're selling cheaper, cheaper than you are, find out what product they're pitching. Ask the buyer, well, what kind of power bank is it? What kind of battery does it have? They're going to say, well, I don't know. Then say, well, there are different batteries. You don't want your battery to blow up. You know, these mugs that people are selling for $1.19 a piece, I wouldn't buy those mugs at all. I wouldn't sell them to my customer. The handles break off of them. Somebody starts saying, oh, I can get it cheaper. Say, yep, but you want the handle to break off when your customer is drinking coffee out of it. Burlacamp is in Ohio too, as is Quickie. They have motorcycle kickstand pads. They have license plate frames for bikers, for motorcycle shops, and they have the greatest coasters in the world. These hard plastic coasters with recessed graphics, they're just beautiful. Sales at burlacamp.com. These are American made, they're in stock, and no price increases. Now, if you want to get business, you need to be in front of sympathetic customers. And I do that by selling Wounded Warrior products every day. I give the Wounded Warriors $250 a month. I was not in the military. I was not drafted, so I did not join. I feel bad about that because I see people that have been shot up, amputations, etc., and that's all because of what they've done for this country. Snugs works on the Wounded Warrior program, and they give a tremendous amount of money to Wounded Warrior. And here's the guy that started it. This is a darling little video.
I'll never forget the day that my life was changed forever. Boom. And I woke up the next morning on Ward 57. So in walks 2 of the founders of Wounded Warrior Project with a backpack. And on the backpack was a logo of one warrior carrying another. And that was the first time that I'd ever even considered the possibility of not being stuck in that hospital bed forever. I know that the work that Wounded Warrior Project does wouldn't be possible without support from amazing companies like the folks that make Basecamp.
It's customer care at snugzusa.com. If you want to know about this, this is a great thing to do. It's a great way to sell these products. And if you have people that want to buy this, they're like-minded like you, and you're going to be able to bond forever. Now let's change your Facebook cover frequently. A lot of distributors don't work social media correctly. They don't make changes to their Facebook or LinkedIn pages. and so they don't get good search engine optimization. I've changed my Facebook cover all the time so I can create impressions. That includes website participation. I send friend requests to everyone I meet, and I have made friends with people that I have met on the street, I've met in business situations that I end up selling things to. Now, here are 4 of my Facebook postings. Down at the bottom is the one night I met Wayne Newton in Las Vegas. That was a very interesting experience. Above that, I'm at the ASI show in Fort Worth. There in the middle, I'm at the ASI show in Orlando. This was in January. And above the ASI show logo is when I went to Havana, Cuba, with a slick guy that has a 1957 Chevy. You can pay him to drive you around Havana in that. I post these things. I get comments about them. Bonds me with customers. You want to go to a great show? ASI show in Chicago is July 22nd, 24th. I am going to go. I would love to see you there. Great way to learn things and become an even better seller during tariffs. Now, my friend Greg Blumstein is a social media expert. He is a distributor just like me that helps distributors do better. He is a stand-up guy who I cannot say enough good things about. He does email marketing services and he does social media publishing.
Greg from Promo Social Post, talking about how publishing to social media increases your SEO search rankings. In English, what this means is when someone goes onto Google and searches for promotional products in your city name, you're more likely to come up higher in the search rankings. We've had many distributors tell us that they now are on the first page of search results and have received new customers through Google searches.
I'm not kidding you about that. Email Greg at promosocialpost.com. There's an example of one of the little newsletters he sends out on the right, but he will do bi-monthly emails, he'll customize them with your branding. He'll send out 3 posts per week for you for social media. He'll do this for 3 months for free, and if you don't want to do it, you can cancel. You owe him nothing. There is nothing to lose with this. I know this guy well. He's a stand-up guy, and he knows 55 times more about social media marketing than I do. Now start showing printed catalogs again. A lot of buyers want to see printed catalogs. Now here are suppliers that I know have printed catalogs. Trainer does, Southern Plus does, Bensel does, coupons for all 3 of them underneath, and I know Logo Match does. I talked about Logo Match earlier. They have a wonderful sample kit, and there is a Logo Match 5% off an order coupon. Showdown, who I talked to you about before with Kevin Walsh, warned you about that tariff, whatever that was, tariff scare thing. Here's a great value sales signs ad for them on the 2nd quarter. They make tents, they make signboards, they make table covers, and Showdown has 2,025 catalogs. These are almost out, so you email info@showdowndisplays.com and they will send you hard copy catalogs and start showing those. Get away from just trying to be all electronic. We've got to have personal interaction in selling promo. Now, Alexa Springs has returned to normal delivery schedules. I'm talking a lot about this water, but they have increased their capacity by 50% with that new plant, which is being built up there in Mount Ida, Arkansas. And Alexa Springs produces its own bottles, so they don't have to be shipped in. That saves on freight, and they will be able to handle your orders now as frequently as you need to have them done. I talk about Trainer in every one of my webinars. They are American made in Syracuse, Indiana. They have every type of hospitality product that you need: cups, napkins, utensils, paper plates. They have a sample of the month club that will send you virtual samples or actual samples once a month. They don't charge you anything for this. There's no reason why you wouldn't do it. It's no charge for this. Here are the forms that you would fill out for Sample of the Month Club. You can email Chantel at trainergraphics.com for the sign-up link. She'll send you that form and you send it back, and they won't bug you to death. They just send you good selling ideas. Now, over the years, we have closed 70% of our orders by doing spec samples for customers. If you're not doing spec samples, you need to be. And on these promo chat sites, people all the time are asking, well, who does spec samples for free? Well, any decent supplier will do these for you. You just have to sell for top line suppliers. Now here's a free spec sample, actual spec sample coupon from Pen Machine, where if you send them a logo of a customer, they will do an actual sample for you, but then they will do free specs for you that are unlimited. And on the right, they'll send you a sample kit that tells you everything you need to know about selling lapel pins. Did you know there's 18 different lapel pin processes? There's not one. And so when somebody says, I can get those lapel pins cheaper, say, well, what die process are they using? Are they using die cast, sandblasting, etc.? They're going to say, we don't know, because the cheap seller doesn't know. Michael at penmachine.com if you want to know about specs and you want a sample kit. Now, I'm talking about selling old products as being new again. George Washington, this is not a pitch about campaign buttons, but I think it's interesting. He was one of the first people in the world to use promotional products. He had campaign buttons in his presidential campaign of 1782 or something like that. That's pretty close. But when you are showing buttons, that's an old product. But here's an old product that, not an old product, but one that hasn't been seen recently. Innovation Line has these little cell phone pouches, which stick on the back of your phones. If you'll just take a look at this. The reason I would want to show those right now is that's a product that you can show a customer and go, oh goodness, I forgot they made those things. We looked at those 4 years ago and we never bought them. And that's why I think selling old products as new again, because people think, yeah, I missed buying those the first time. Chris at innovation-line.com if you want a sample of this. Chris Hodges, my friend who runs Innovation Line, he's a really nice man. Here's a great sample offer from them. So start selling old products new again. Now, awards, American-made awards are easy to sell. Don't buy awards from these importers that are bringing in this cheap glass, and they do that. These big hedge fund companies buy from these smaller awards companies. Apogee is my favorite award supplier because my friend John.
Something I've always been wondering about is, are awards, or do they have problems? John, are there problems with awards?
I would say there are a couple problems with awards. One of the problems with awards that we have lately is that they're too big, right, Don? The workspaces are small. We got to look for small solutions. Here is a 1 year anniversary award. Look at how small it is, but people are going to like it just the same. Here's another small award. Look at how tiny that is. And boy, it tells the story. Again, it is on brand, right? Or even if you went a little bit bigger, it's still kind of small. So you can pitch small awards. It's what your clients want. Talk to Apogee.
And always remember, bigger is not bad.
Always.
John Gauchi is my dear friend. There's his card on the screen right now. $50 off a first order for Apogee. On the screen, and they have a Swag It Forward sample program where you send him a logo and he will create an award for your customer and send it to them. So all you've got to do is follow up and say, did you get the award? This doesn't cost you anything. It's a great program, john.g@creativeawards.net. This is an American-made supplier who will not change prices. They don't add that tariff message to anything. And he is a great supplier, and they make wonderful products. Now, fire bad accounts today. Prevent deadbeats from ruining your day. I do not like people that are slow pay me, complain. They're slow to get back to me. They want samples all the time. They don't buy anything. They shop around for prices. I stop dealing with them. And when somebody starts with that mess with me, I just get rid of them. I stop contacting customers who are downers. Fire those bad accounts today and don't mess with people that are looking for the cheapest price. Here's our value sale sign ad from on the screen for Showdown. Free spec sample there in the middle for Gympire. And Mike Malinowski is a very nice man if you know him. He runs Gill Studios. They're up in Kansas City, all American made. 20% off a coupon right there on their stickers. Now, sell food trucks. Here's something that I bet you haven't thought about is when you call on food trucks, the owner is usually going to be there because they care about their food quality. You should start calling on food trucks. The reason being is the owner's going to be there and you can chat them up right on the spot. Here is an EQP offer on eco-friendly cups from Trainer. Those are American made. They do any kind of napkins, American made. Chantel T at trainergraphics.com. Remember, they had the Sample of the Month Club. There's a free dry or screen charge. Start calling on food trucks. I'll bet you have never done that. Start qualifying better. Eliminate price shoppers immediately. If somebody comes right out of the box and brings up price, get rid of them. If anybody says, well, I'm looking for the best price I can get, I am not your candidate. If somebody says that, I just say, well, you know what? All we do is sell quality products. We are never going to be cheaper, but we will never let you down. I have gotten more respect and I've gotten more business from people by having the nerve to tell them that. When anybody brings up price, get rid of them. There's that Apogee coupon and $50 off an order for Sunjoy, who always has their products in stock, or they would not sell them to you. Now, buy and print wearables from one source. I talked about Ad Capital earlier. Ad Capital makes most of this stuff. These vests are made in America. They do all their printing in America. And look at that perfect print on that t-shirt right there. They have the finest silk screening equipment in the country. That's a one-up screenshot of Arnold Schwarzenegger on a shirt. You can't get that from your local screen printer. They also make safety vests. Distributors don't know where to buy a safety vest. Well, Ad Capital has them. They're American made. They have them in different colors. And if you need safety vest, Ad Capital has them. And there's a free silk screen coupon for a 72-piece order on the screen from Ad Capital. Sales team at adcapital.com. Now let's talk about data-related products. We're almost finished the webinar, so stay with me. Now, if you really want cool products, the Oodle Band from Cloth Promotions is an interactive chip product that you scan and it shows data or it collects data. This is a really cool little video. It's a really neat little product. If you'd like to have a sample of it, Scott at clothpromotions.com. That can be given to people who check in hotels, be given when you buy a ticket in an amusement park. You can wear that in an amusement park and it would show data, opening of the park, what attractions are open, etc. It's a little bit over my head, but I am telling you, this is a really cool product and it'll make you look like you're really slick techno-wise. And let's talk about Apple products, make you look notable. Sunjoy has Apple products. They have AirTags, they have EarPods, they have Apple TV. They've got just about everything that you need. Bella at sunjoy.us. She can teach you how or show you what they can do with Apple for you. It'll make you look notable. And once you're notable with your customers, they will trust you. Apple product selling will build your credibility. Use it to get in the door of big companies and then sell them other promo items. Let's talk about alternate communication methods. Text process and tell them that you're calling. I bet you haven't done that before. Leave voicemail message that flush out those deadbeat accounts. Always find out the cell number for every prospect. I do this so I can text them. I don't care if they don't like it. If they don't like it, then they're not a prospect for me. I'm looking for business. I'm not running a friendship club. Here's your order, your special offer for Apogee, and there's my skip a column for Alexa Springs. And you can use that on your order to get next column pricing. And the reason that I redid that coupon, and there's a pallet of water right there. A lot of distributors don't even know what a pallet of water is. I think there's 2,100 bottles in that pallet. That might not be exactly accurate, but that's what a pallet of water looks like. Now, Ad Capital has QR code related flyers. The cool thing about this is you can put your logo on these where it says your distributor logo. Ad Capital will send you the templates. You can create these very easily. I believe there's 18 of these different industry specific QR code flyers. A lot of distributors don't do this because they're afraid of QR codes, and they're really pretty simple once you figure it out. You can get these QR code flyers from sales team at adcapital.com, and what you can do is direct them, send them to your customers and get them to open that up, and it'll show all the products that Ad Capital has for beauty and fitness, hotels and travel. This is just cutting edge stuff that makes you look tech relevant. Now, I swear this is the last time I'll talk about bottled water, but here's my picture of a pallet. Vehicle dealers buy 3 pallets monthly, and a great business card for people that sell automobiles are bottled water with a wrap logo like Lynch Toyota. And here's a couple of videos that show you how bottled water is made. It's a pretty easy process, but there were like 6 of these videos. I'll only show you 2 of them. There's a lot of people that they just don't even know how bottled water is labeled or whatever. But Brian at alexasprings.com, he'd be happy to send you bottled water samples. Now, this is a great thing from ASI. This lasts a minute. It's going to teach you how to build a site it's going to teach you how to look up products that are American made, in stock, and it's very informative. I learned a lot from watching this. It's really, really good.
During times of uncertainty like shifting tariff policies and global supply chain disruptions, ESP Plus helps you adapt and stay competitive. A dedicated team works hand in hand with our supplier members, ensuring every product detail is accurate and up to date. You can filter for Made in USA products with confirmed pricing and live inventory in just seconds. Each product page shows you what matters in volatile times. Made in the USA products, confirmed pricing, real-time inventory, and verified supplier information updated daily so you don't get caught off guard by tariff-driven price swings. Let ESP Plus guide your success.
I just think that's really interesting. It's real concise, and I don't know what to say besides that's just a way to filter those things down where you're not selling something that you cannot get. Now, use ChatGPT selectively. People don't know what ChatGPT really is. It was started back in 2018, really, and GTP 2 and 3 were released in subsequent years, followed by ChatGPT in 2022. Use it to create content, but do not get carried away. I'm telling you, this stuff will take a 10-word phrase, and to make it look like you supposedly know what you're doing, it turns it into a 20-word phrase, which is too wordy for me. If you're going to use this stuff, use it correctly. Trainer on the screen, Sunjoy, and Southern Plus again. Now, I would love for you to come to the ASI Chicago show, July 22nd and 24th. Smith at asicentral.com if you'd like to learn how to get in. If you're not an ASI member, you can start your certification process there. They have these great education classes the day before the show, and there I am with Tim Andrews. He is a great guy. I've known him since the second day that he came to work for ASI. And if you're going to be there, I'll be there the whole time, and I would love to meet up with you. Now, here's my last little product video from Cloth Promotions on their active marketing products. Scott at clothpromotions.com. You can email him. He can send you that little video, which you can send to your customers. Real easy, quick, shows exactly what you can sell your customers for their marketing needs for active marketers, and $50 off an order coupon for Cloth Promotions on the screen right now. Now, top electronic products that are in stock. Sunjoy has got power banks, wireless speakers, wireless chargers, earbuds. Request samples from Bella at sunjoy.us. If you need electronic samples that are good quality, non-exploding batteries, they have them. Coupon up at the top from Sunjoy right now. Here's the last pitch on Greg Blubstein. If you want to email him, please do, Greg at promosocialpost.com. Here's what he'll do for you. It's just a great thing. I copied this off of a recent ad that he has, and I've included it for my webinars. All you gotta do is email him and say, Don told me that you could let me do this for 90 days for free. I mean, you don't have anything to lose, and the guy is a stand-up guy. Now, I wanna thank you for turning out today. If you'd like to have a replay of the webinar, email me at don@sellpromoproducts.com. Here are all the email addresses for the service providers, ASI show information, USA Made from Ad Capital, which also has the Perfect Print t-shirt, Pen Machine sample kit, Apple products, Showdown catalogs. Remember, they run out of those. A Logo Mat sample kit if you want that. Trainer, Southern Plus, the Wounded Warrior samples, Snug's Quick Ship samples, USA Made. I misspelled that. USA, there's no A in that, but that's Quickie product samples. Alexa Spring, the Oodle Band from Cloth Promotions, and on down the list. Now at the bottom is ASI ESP and company store demos. You can get those from A. Smith at asicentral.com. And my dear friend Mike Malinowski at Gillline would love to send you a Gillline sample kit. And I can't tell you that I thank you so much for turning out. I'm going to leave this up on the screen here for a couple of minutes so you can check out these email addresses. If you'll email me, I'll be happy to send you the replay. And next month, we'll have a webinar on a more pleasant topic. And I really appreciate the fact that you listen, and it flatters me that you care about my advice. Thanks.